And we are doing this currently in North America, and as you can see, we have 130 plus queries. We're extracting data from 8 different data repositories. And while we have invested a lot of time, we are now getting back a lot of time as far as what we are able to do through this. And I'll show you the results in just a moment. But let me tell you why we selected the particular area that we did, which was the order to cash area. And for us, it was a mature area versus an emerging business area. Our line organizations, particularly our fulfillment organization, was expressing concern about the impact of audits. And we had the tested technology that could do the work in this area. If you look at the traditional audit in IBM versus the continuous auditing, we have the advantage now of being able to pull the data to us immediately when we need it. We have an enhanced risk-based analysis over what we had before. We have what we call a go-no model, meaning that if we don't see anything that causes us concern, we don't put resource out there. From an audit resource standpoint, we have had a 90% reduction in person weeks. And we're able to take that resource and now reallocate it to areas of emerging risk, which is where we want them to be. So again, from the words of the old cowboy, don't interfere with something that ain't bothering you. We're not. We're not going out and looking at anything that we don't find to be of concern in the order to cash area. So closing comments, we think it's an invaluable tool, particularly during times of economic distress. We certainly have evidence that it's preventing controlled deterioration. We know that it has created a much more positive set of behaviors in the line organization. And we certainly can demonstrate that it has improved the efficiency and effectiveness of both our line and audit resource. Questions?
John?
Mm-hmm.
What will it take you to reduce your response time from 6 hours to 0?
Good question. Probably as long as we have the situation where people are involved and it's got to go to somebody and somebody has to do something with it, there's always going to be some time invested. Otherwise, I think the only way that we can get out to anything close to 0 time is where we have the ability, or whomever has the ability, to get the information directly, which we don't have today, and they can, do something with it. There's some way to automate the fix. Beyond that, I don't know. It's a good question, one we wrestle with all the time, but I don't have the answer to it. Yes, sir.
100 and something queries that you guys are running, do you find that over time your false positives are being reduced based on what you find? You're able to modify your queries to kind of compensate for those false positives?
Absolutely, yeah. We spend quite a bit of time in pilot to reduce the false positives. And another reason why we have in the continuous monitoring, why the alerts come to us and then go to the line, is again, we view the data to make sure it's not a false positive as far as we can tell. And then by doing that, we have also reduced them. So we have significantly reduced our false positives.
So you're saying the continuous monitoring comes to the audit first before it goes to the business?
It does, yes. Yeah, it does. Yes, sir.
Does your client have the capability of modifying your rules, or do they have to come directly to you?
No, the agreement that we have is that any change to the rules, they have a collaborative input into it. We lock the rules in. We have one person and one person only that can actually change them. So we have a well-defined change management program. If the client wants the rules changed, then they bring the recommendation of change to us. We look at it, understand it. If we agree that the change is appropriate, we'll make the change. It's kept in our change management log, so we know what we had and what we changed it to and who authorized it. Yes, sir.
Can you speak a little bit to the staffing model and the kind of skill sets required to implement something like this?
Sure, I'll be glad to. From our vantage point, the way that we staffed it is, and Miklas knows this because he worked with us and looked at our model, we have a very small group of audit people that are audit skilled. We have one person that is process skilled. And then we collaborate with the line organization, and they bring in their subject matter experts and provide the necessary information. And that includes their IT subject matter experts, so that we know where the data is. Then we have two people that do the actual building of the rules. And so in total, we have, about 8 or 9 people involved at the outset. And then now we only have the 3 people and then the line when it's necessary.